Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your man, the Grass Ninja. Welcome to the channel. We are entering Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 3. Welcome to the Chapter 3 breakdown. We got a bunch of action this chapter, super action-heavy chapter this time around. When it comes to the character appearances, we don't get Sasuke or Amado yet. We're still waiting on those dudes, but we do have plenty of opportunities to let Boruto shine. This dude just steals the show every chapter he's in. And we finally get to see what's going on with the Rasengan Uzuhiko.
Yo, you lying! Nah!
This chapter primarily focuses on Boruto and Code fighting it out, or at least Code getting his ass whooped, while Boruto puts the smackdown on him. So Code and Boruto take up most of the show, while Kawaki shows up towards the end of things to spice things up for the next chapter. We do get a few highlighted moments, so there's a couple of panels with Ada and Damon while they make comments on Boruto's brand new technique. We do get to see Sarada and what she's doing and how things are developing with the claw grimes turning people into trees. Himawari shows up and she has a small little impact on Boruto. Ino Shikamaru, they basically are trying to figure out how to get rid of all the claw grimes, while Bug and that other guy from the last chapter who saved Sarada are trapped inside a tree. We learn that they're not actually dead, so while it comes down to this, we do have a few creatures that show up this chapter, so the claw grimes are ever present. We see the final result of the Ten Tails having been divided up into these claw grimes over 3 years. The Ten Tails looking like the ghetto statue, low-key. He's got a claw mark right across its eye, which means the Rene Sharingan is being transplanted between the claw grimes, possibly in Code's possession as well. And Boruto has Toad summons. So this chapter, super action-heavy, a lot to digest, not too much dialogue to break down. And speaking of that, let's hop right into this. So, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 3 cover page features Himawari. While she doesn't do too much this chapter, she does have a pretty significant moment when she encounters Boruto for the first time since he's left the village 3 years ago. Now, Chapter 3 is a direct continuation of Chapter 2, with Code questioning the characteristics of this brand new jutsu, the Rasengan Uzuhiko. He's literally wondering, is this another vanishing Rasengan? Because he can't see anything. Now, here's an interesting thing. Code's previous battle with Boruto must have been pretty intense, since even though Code's memories of Boruto were altered, he still understands the basics behind Boruto's jutsu. Last chapter he was like, what a one-trick pony, you're gonna use the Rasengan again. And then this chapter he's like, is it the vanishing Rasengan? What's going on here? So he understands the basics of Boruto's jutsu, which lets me believe that he must have something on Code. Their battle last time must have been pretty intense, pretty lengthy. Now, Code tries to just counterattack. He tries to stop the attack from happening in general. So Code goes for the counter and he tries to stop this oncoming attack before Boruto can make contact, successfully catching Boruto's wrist, similar to how Itachi caught Sasuke's Chidori back in part 1 when he knocked on Naruto's hotel room door. Now Boruto blocks the counter, literally stopping Code's counter-strike with his sword, unsheathing it about halfway. Now, as soon as they look evenly matched, right, Code tries to take things to the next level. He activates his Karma Seal, but Boruto lets him know that it's already over. You've already lost. You're halfway dead. While the spiraling chakra of the Uzuhiko begins clinging onto Code, Boruto goes ahead and issues his final warning, telling Code to take me to the Ten Tails or die. Now Code doesn't understand why Boruto's acting so confident and so cocky, since it doesn't seem like the Uzuhiko has had any effect over Code. Plus, he just activated the Karma Seal. We know what he said last time. He's like, it's been a while since I felt like I was undefeatable. And then he goes ahead and does what Code does best, taking that L. Now, Code tries to engage with Boruto multiple times. He launches multiple attacks, but all of them fail. He fails to make contact with Boruto, and Code comments that Boruto's movements are unnatural. They're on a different level. This is not some genjutsu, these aren't clones, and this is beyond simple dodging. Something really strange is happening with Boruto in Code's eyes. Now, this is where we learn what really happens when Boruto connects with the Uzuhiko. So, Code is completely confused, and he has no idea how Boruto is managing to evade all of these attacks, especially in this unnatural way. And this is when Boruto finally steps up and makes a move where Boruto goes ahead, plants his hand on Code's chest, and blasts him away with the Rasengan Uzuhiko. Now I want to take a moment to just comment on the artwork here. Literally, this is incredible. Code takes the full force of the Rasengan, the Uzuhiko, and Ikimoto is just cooking up some gas right now. While we look at how cool and stoic Boruto is, like he's doing this, no effort on Boruto's part. He just took down Code, who activated the Karma Seal and everything, no limits, in base form with a single jutsu. Now we transition over to Ada and Damon as they weigh in on Boruto's brand new Rasengan, with Ada saying it doesn't seem like anything special, it functions like every other Rasengan. But this is where Damon displays more of his high sensory awareness. Like, this man's sensory capabilities are astronomical, and I'm not even joking, as he's able to feel the minor disturbances in the entire planet's rotation. So Damon's over here commenting that this move is using the rotation of the planet. That's pretty interesting. So Damon's sensory capabilities are through the roof, as he's able to feel the ground shaking. Then he goes, it's not even just the ground, the entire planet is shaking. And it seems that Boruto's technique is taking advantage of the planet's rotation. And then we get a shot of Code's point of view, and we see how things are shown from his eyes, and everything for him is just spinning violently. Like, there's legit panels where Code looks at Boruto and Boruto appears upside down. The entire world is upside down. So Code starts to fall to the ground, completely disoriented, while Boruto explains that the Uzuhiko is an attack that uses the chakra of the planet, a Rasengan that has absorbed the planet's rotation. The rotation coursing through Code's body will never end, just like how the rotation of the planet will never truly come to a stop. This is insane, bro. Insane. So Boruto just landed his new Planetary Rasengan, the Uzuhiko. Everything's looking great for him. And then Kawaki arrives to the battlefield. So Code tries to get up and stand on 2 feet a bunch of times, but he keeps falling to the ground because the power of the Uzuhiko is too great and Code cannot stay balanced. Boruto says that your life will end before the rotation of the planet comes to a stop. However, it's a completely different story if I decide to release the jutsu myself. Again, Ikimoto is just cooking up some fire, bro. Boruto literally brings himself down to Code's level, and he puts fear into this man's heart, bro. He puts the fear of God into this boy Code, literally has him sweating, literally showing us why he's called the God Slayer. Now this is where Boruto delivers his ultimatum. Either you hand over the 10 tails to me, and I'll let you survive, or you can sit here and wait for your death in silence, right? So as soon as things are starting to look good for Boruto, Kawaki interrupts the negotiations. While Kawaki arrives, he tries to take down Boruto, slamming his little nanotech spear into the ground. Boruto dodges, and we get to see Himawari and Ino Shikacho are in Kawaki's company. Boruto sees Himawari, right? And Himawari breaks that cold stare off of Boruto's face. They don't really exchange words, right? But he sees Himawari and he's glad that she's been taken care of because he just left her, you know? But at the end of the day, she's the only one that's made this dude lighten up, or at least open up his eyes a little bit, showing some sort of character. So Himawari breaks that cold stare off of Boruto, while Code tries to take advantage, making claw marks in order to escape, but Kawaki shrinks them instantly. So when Kawaki goes ahead and just casually shrinks the claw marks, Boruto does take notice, and I think he's focusing on the fact that this dude's Dharmagon, Hashodogan, the 8 triangles are complete. So as this happens, Shikamaru gives the order to take Code's life, but Boruto tells Kawaki to stand down, don't provoke Code, he'll try to escape, right? Code takes advantage of the distraction, and he escapes by summoning a Clawgrime, and then he uses the Clawgrime as an escape hatch. Since the Clawgrimes are technically living creatures, Kawaki can't shrink them away, so Code has gotten around the shrinking hack. He has claw marks he can use to escape. So this is where we start getting our one-on-one interaction between Kawaki and Boruto. So Code has escaped, and Kawaki and Shikamaru order the others to take down the remaining claw grimes so that Code can't pop back up in the village, leaving Kawaki and Boruto to face off 1v1. Now we move over and we have a few panels where Sarada is checking out on the guys that got bitten by claw grimes and turned into trees, and we discover that they're still alive, okay? Boruto and Kawaki talk for the first time in 3 years, with Kawaki threatening to kill Boruto in his home village, while Boruto tells Kawaki that he's in the way and he's got business to do. So Boruto does not even care about Kawaki right now. This is ridiculous. Kawaki's over here like, what are you, an adopted Uchiha now? Like, what's going on? So when we learn, right, that they're talking and Boruto doesn't care, we learn that Boruto has these new little toad summons that he can use. So he has these little toads inside the cloak of his jacket, and he's very Kashin Koji-esque right now. And this is similar to what Mitsuki does with those tiny little snakes, because he's relaying the toads and they're communicating with him and one of the toads that are latched to Code in the Ten Tails dimension. So Boruto's toads are also concealed inside of one of Code's cloaks, and they relay to Boruto that he has indeed gone back to his base of operations back in the Ten Tails dimension. Code, stumbling around because he's still under the effects of the Uzuhiko, stumbles towards the den of the Jubi, and we see that our man's bug is also wrapped up in a tree, which signals that Code might not have complete control over the claw grimes, or there was a falling out between Bug and Code. So my man Bug trapped in a tree in the Ten Tails dimension. Now when this happens, the toads confirm that they have eyes on the Ten Tails. Code is indeed with the Ten Tails, and this is when Boruto weaves a hand sign in order to activate a jutsu, and the chapter comes to a close. This is wild. So the chapter's over right then and there. So, like I was saying, we have a super action-heavy chapter. We get to see Boruto and Code fight it out. Boruto takes the W super quickly in base. Kawaki shows up to spice things up for chapter 4. We got some highlighted moments with Ada and Damon. Sarada shows up. Himawari's here, breaking that cold stone face out of Boruto. Ino, Shikacho, and Shikamaru, they're all coordinating to take down the rest of the claw grimes. We learn that Bug is in a tree. We learn that the guys that are in trees aren't actually dead. We get to see the claw grimes and the true state of the Ten Tails. This thing is drained up, looking almost like the Ghetto Mazo or the Ghetto statue. And then we also learn Boruto has toad summons, and he's very Kashin Koji-like right now. So when it comes to the major moments that happen in the chapter, Boruto's Uzuhiko weaponizes the planet's rotation, using the chakra of the entire planet to power up the technique. Is this a nature energy attack? He's got toads. Does my man Boruto have Sage mode now? He's out here playing with the energy of the planet in order to power up his new technique. And then on top of that, Boruto is handling things in base form, unfazed by Kawaki, unfazed by Code. He defeated Code, who has no limits anymore, and he used the Karma Seal. So this is enhanced Karma Code, literally handled in base. Ikimoto is killing it right now. The artwork throughout this chapter and the last few chapters have been phenomenal. I'm loving Boruto's edgy design, especially the cold personality. It's fun to see that break away when he gets in the presence of Himawari. Damon, bro. Damon displays more of his high-level sensory capabilities as he's able to feel the disturbances in the entire planet's rotation. Alright? Ada with the Senrigan, clairvoyance, couldn't even tell what was going on. It's not like she went back in time to see Boruto learn this jutsu. Damon figured it out through sensory awareness alone. Boruto has toad summons similar to Kashin Koji. What is going on right now? So I'm looking forward to chapter 4, right? Super action heavy chapter this time around, and last chapter, probably the next chapter as well. Things are moving fast, you guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Boruto chapter 3 in the comment section down below. What do you think is going to happen with Code and the Ten Tails in chapter 4? Do we think Boruto and Kawaki are going to face off and destroy the village soon? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Boruto is about to teleport to the Ten Tails dimension and handle his business. Anyway, I've been your man's the Grass Ninja, signing out. Peace.